Hey, church. I wanted to start by just telling you America is a great nation. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And before you get angry and just turn this video to the next thing, because that may or may not, somehow that's a controversial statement these days, but I want to share with you why I believe that with my whole heart. And it might not be what you're thinking. I've been thinking a lot about how God views a nation, right? There's all this debate. Is America good or is America bad or is America somewhere in between? And we're trying to judge for ourselves what we think about our nation. And to be quite honest, quite frank, I don't really care. I love you, but I don't care what you think about the nation. I care about what my God thinks about our nation. That matters the most. When everything's said and done, it doesn't matter what Joe Blow thought about our country. It matters what God thinks. And as you see how God views nations, it's a lot different often than how we view nations. And so when you look at Jonah, for instance, Jonah chapter 1 verse 1 says, the word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai, saying, "Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me." I mean, when you read through the book of Jonah and you see the city of Nineveh, you see a city that's wicked, a city that's not well put together, a city that's hurting. And as you get to the end of the book, you would think, okay, surely by chapter 4, now God thinks that Nineveh is not a great city. God was wrong. He gave them the benefit of the doubt, but when you really see what's going on, but then you look towards the end, the very last phrase of the entire book, "Should I not be concerned," God says, "about that great city?" God, what makes Nineveh so great? It's got wickedness. It's got wrongdoing. It's got all sorts of issues and flaws. And I would suggest that America, we're not exempt from those statements as well. And yet, I think God would, just like as he calls Nineveh a great city, call our nation a great nation. And listen, it's not because we're the most right. It's not because we have things put together. God looked at Nineveh and called it a great city, not because of their morals, but because of the opportunity that was there to save so many people. The entire nation of Nineveh repents and comes back to God, and he says, that's what makes a nation great. I suggest that America is great in God's eyes because there is a wonderful opportunity for the churches to begin to reach out to our nation and teach them and educate them and grow them in Christ. There's an opportunity for evangelism. There's an opportunity for growth. And anywhere where there's great opportunity for the church to advance, in God's eyes, that's a great nation. And so in the midst of a tough time in our nation, a divisive time in our nation, through quarantine, through race, through other issues that are going on consistently in our nation, it's a great time to be a Christian, because this is the moment where we can step out and share more about Jesus than we ever have before. Don't miss the opportunity to talk more about Jesus than about politics in this time. And I promise you, God will be pleased with what we do. I love you, church, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.